I'll be starting with the session, and the session is all about the practicals that we'll deal with respect to nucleotide databases. Specifically, I'll talk about the gene bank database, and then I'll also talk about NCBI and certain specialized databases, because there are a lot many types of specialized databases. So covering all of them is difficult for me. I'll just start with the first database, and for this first database, I'll talk about NCBI. Okay, so this NCBI, so this is the home page for NCBI. Okay, so this home page for NCBI, you can see here, this is representing the database, that is National Center for Biotechnology Information. Okay, at the page, you can also open it on your desktop, laptops, mobiles, whatever you are using, you can open it. The URL is here, ncbi.nlm.nih.gov. Okay, so NCBI is the National Center for Biotechnology Information, NLM is the National Library of Medicine, and NIH is the National Institute of Health. So this NCBI, it is dealing with all the kind of biological information, and it is the source where you will deal with biomedical and genomic information. At the home page, you can just scroll it. I'll just show you by scrolling it down. So these are the 6 major tabs here. This is the submit button. Okay, so any kind of research you're doing, you're dealing with any novel sequence, novel structure, or any novel information. Okay, if you think this is a new work you have done, it is not there, it is not being submitted in any of the databases. Okay, so what you can do, you can just click the button here, deposit data, or the manuscript as well. Manuscript as in, if we are talking about the research articles, so the review articles. Okay, so you can also submit your research articles in NCBI database, where we'll discuss about PubMed, and Medline is there dealing with the biomedical literature. So you can submit your data here. Okay, then with respect to the retrieval of data, if I want to just extract some kind of information, I can just go to the tab download. So the data will be transmitted, it will be just downloaded on your computer system or whatever system you are using it. Okay, if I want to just find a certain document, and if I'm aware about the keywords which are there in the document, or if there is some kind of accession number that is given to the document, then I need to just go through this part, that is we can go through the learn tab, and through this I can extract various online books and information related to any sort of topic related to biological data. Okay, then using this NCBI APIs, and we can just code for libraries, and we can build certain applications also. So this will be more into the bioinformatics based on algorithms and various software tools, and these certain softwares. Okay, if I want to just go with the analyze of data, if I want to extract any sort of useful information from my data, so there is this tab analyze, and I can use the NCBI tools, all the tools which are actually being linked to this particular database. So as soon as I'll click here, I'll be redirected to that. And this is the part where if you want to just go through what sort of research projects are there, so you can deal with this particular tab. Okay, so then these are the number of tabs. You can click to any of them and you will be directed to the information. Okay, like for example, this I'm clicking this data and software. Okay, so you can see these are the number of hyperlinks that got opened on my page. Okay, hyperlinks which will redirect you to the various databases or the various tools. So this is this C++ toolkit manual. Okay, then BLAST is there, the basic local alignment search tool. The link is there, BLAST databases, the CDD database. Okay, so all sorts of databases, FTP links are here. You can click any of them. NCBI taxonomy, PubChem is there. This is for the chemical structure of various molecules, the single nucleotide polymorphism. So a lot of information is there. The moment I clicked here, I was redirected to all this, all these links. Okay, proteins. If I'll just click proteins, so So I got into the different projects, the different databases which are related to proteins and which are actually being maintained by NCBI. So basically they are dealing with the information which we are directly or indirectly connected. Either they are maintaining it or they are just connected, they are just linking their information with those databases. Okay, so there are a lot of tabs here you can go through in detail. Here again we are having this Dropbox. The moment I'll click here, so you can see here these are the number of uh, tabs which you can just select any of them. Like for example, here you can see I can search for protein or I can search for my nucleotide sequence again. Okay, so this is the nucleotide. If I selected this nucleotide, and what I can do is I am just typing the name of any organism. Okay, so I just typed Homo sapiens here and I click the button search here. So it's very easy. I just checked this nucleotide tab. I mentioned the name Homo sapiens and I went with the search button here. Okay, so I just got the result. This is the result and these are the number of links with the name of Homo sapiens. Okay, so wherever we are dealing with the term Homo sapien, all those links are open. It doesn't mean that all the sequences which you are seeing on this page all are of Homo sapiens, but somehow they are related to Homo sapiens. The work must be on Homo sapiens, depending on any kind of bacterial disease or any sort of disease. Okay, and the gene of any other microorganism who was affecting the Homo sapiens. So the term Homo sapien is there in the research article or in the summation. Okay, so based on that, we have got this page. So the first sequence I'll just show you. This was the same I was talking about in my slide. So this is the page. I'll just click this. You can click here. Okay, so the moment I just came to this page, what I can see, this is said to be the flat file structure, the text file structure. Okay, so this is locus. Locus is representing the accession number. This is the representation where we are dealing with the DNA sequence. What about the base pairs? Okay, so this is DNA and it belongs to the Homo sapiens, so primates, the date of submission. This was the same example I mentioned in my PPTs. Okay, and definition may a brief information about the sequence. This is the accession number and this is the version, because this sequence must have been submitted 7 more times. This is the 8th version of this sequence, so that is the reason it is written this accession number .8. Keywords are there. What is the source? What about the taxonomy, the research articles, the name of the research article, the author name, journal, and so on. Okay, the all sort of information is here on this page and the features are there. You can see. So this is actually this portion from references to journals. This is what the sequence is. The sequence was actually there and sequence was published in these research articles. Okay, so the title is here, the sequence of Homo sapiens back alone, or the title, it was a direct submission. That was the sequence was submitted directly just because we had these various versions, so they never went for a new research article, they just submitted this nucleotide. So this information about the comments or the features, so they are dealing with the different nucleotide sections, like the different ESTs they are dealing. So as soon as we'll just scroll it down, you will see that the information with respect to the whole nucleotide will be there in the tabs of comments, the feature table tab, and at the last we will get the sequence. So this is something, if you can see, from origin ke baad whatever you can see is the nucleotide sequence itself. Okay, so we are dealing with DNA sequence, so we are having ATGC. Okay, so this is ATGC. You can see here, this is ATGC, and ATGC is like the codes from 1 to 60, 61 to 120, and so on. All this is here, you can see. But I have talked about there are two formats. There are this text file format and the other one is the FASTA file format. So whenever we want to go with any sort of bioinformatics tools, if I want to go with the study of any nucleotide sequence, any gene, what I need is I need to have a sequence that should be in a faster format, because I can copy the sequence from here. But the moment I'll try to copy, so what I'll get is after every 60, I'll get this number. So dealing with this long sequence and deleting these numbers will be very much difficult for me. Secondly, the submission which is there in this NCBI or related to GenBank database, that won't be recognized by the tool. So I need to have another format, and this format is said to be my FASTA file format. Okay, it's a FASTA file format. FASTA file format. I clicked here the FASTA tab, and I am redirected to my FASTA file format. The first line is my header line, and this header line is briefing me with the brief description of my sequence. Brief description as in, if I just type this accession number in any database related to a nucleotide, I will be redirected to this FASTA sequence. It can be a GenBank or it can be simply NCBI as well. Okay, so first line is giving me brief information, the accession number, the name of the organism, a brief information later on. And from the second line onwards, I got my nucleotide sequence itself, the ATGC code. Okay, so when I want to go with the analysis of my gene, I can just select it. Okay, here you can see I was dealing with NCBI, the National Center for Biotechnology Information. What I selected was a nucleotide sequence and I typed Homo sapiens. So I was redirected to the database, that is GenBank database. Okay, and so the moment I'll select a particular data, a particular type of biological information, nucleotide or protein, so what NCBI is doing, it is redirecting me to that particular database. GenBank is maintained by NCBI, that you are very much aware. So this is the sequence, and this is all about NCBI. Okay, but besides, if I want to just go, we have just discussed about NCBI. I'll just deal with another. Okay, I'll talk about UniProt in a very brief manner, because we will just go through. You can type uniprot.org. This is the link. Okay, and here again you can see on the page Uniprot knowledge base is here, Swissprot is here, and TREMBL is here. Okay, so both these databases, they were initially different, but all the information of both these databases, they got merged, and ultimately they are dealing with the single database, that is Uniprot KB. Okay, so this is all about the protein database. In detail, we'll talk about the same in our tomorrow's session. I'll come back to NCBI. So nucleotide, if I'm selecting my protein, okay, so I selected my protein tab. I just get back to the home page again. So this was the home page. Here we are, we'll come to protein. I'll select protein, and I'll select a protein like hemoglobin. Okay, I typed the name hemoglobin here. I clicked my button search here. Okay, so you can see here are the proteins which you can see here. All the links with respect to protein. Okay, so the moment I click here hemoglobin, I'm not aware this hemoglobin is related to which particular organism, where is it available. I just type the name hemoglobin here. Okay, and I'm redirected to these number of sequences that are dealing with the protein hemoglobin. Okay, so I selected protein, that is the reason I'm redirected to protein. If here I selected nucleotide and I mentioned the name hemoglobin here, so I could have got the gene, the DNA through which I could have this hemoglobin. Okay, understood. So protein I have selected, so I'm redirected to protein. If I'm selecting nucleotide, so I'll be redirected to my protein. So this is the way where you can deal with your NCBI. Okay, so back to our GenBank. I'll go back to GenBank again. You can also go through GenBank. I'm just telling you, it is a very simple search process. You just need to type it in on Google. If you don't remember the URL, because there are a lot many URLs, you can just type it on Google, the name of the database, and you can just get back to the database. Okay. So here again on the gene bank, you can see gene bank tab is here, the summit is here, genomes you can deal with, the whole genome sequence, the metagenomes. Okay. So all sort of tabs are here. You can go through all sort of tabs and you can go through the database again. This is the home page. If I'm dealing with, for example, the nucleotide of rat. So now again, I got all these submissions where I'm getting the keyword rat. Okay, so from this Rattus norvegatus, I got this sequence. I'm just clicking this one. Okay, I'll click this one, the first one itself. Okay, so the same file which we talked a bit earlier. This is the file and this is the text file. So if I want to just study this file, I can just copy this. Okay, you can copy this and you can paste it on Notepad and you can save this file. So this is said to be a text file format. This is a simple text file format dealing with the locus, that is the accession number, what about the number of base pairs, what kind of nucleotide, nucleic acid structure it is it a DNA or RNA, okay, what category it belongs to, it belongs to rodent category, so this is here, okay, and what about the submission date, the example, the source is the Norway rat, Rattus norvegatus, and what about the taxonomy of that rat, all sort of research articles in which this particular sequence was actually being published, it was being mentioned. Okay, so this information is here and it is a very small sequence. It is just having 29 base pairs only. So these 29 base pairs, they are here. If you want, you can just copy it, you can delete this in number one, because while going with the analysis process, you just can't take these sort of numbers, because then you'll get an error while assessing the various web-based tools. But obviously, the most easiest manner to deal with any sort of sequence, whether it is a nucleotide or a protein sequence, is to just go with our format, that is a text file format. So this is a text file format. Okay, this is what you can see here. Okay, this text file format is the format, and here you can see the format is representing our header line, the first line and the second line. Okay, this sequence is actually not the whole sequence, it is just a part of that particular nucleotide sequence. It is the chain A of that particular sequence, and you can see that the same section is basically there in the PTB database as a structure of protein. Okay, that is the reason here at the greater than sign, after the greater than sign, you can see the keyword PDB. Okay, so this is all about the small sort of databases like NCBI and our GenBank. Okay, so I'll just start it again. So these are certain specialized databases. Okay, so I talked about different specialized databases. Though the first one is this Kyoto Encyclopedia of Gene and Genome, KEG. Okay, so this is a very popular metabolic pathway databases. Here you can see you can have a high level of functional annotation and how we can use this in different biological systems. Okay, so here you can see there is this KEGG pathway dealing with the different pathway maps. Then Bright is there, module KEGG modules are there. What about the functional orthologs, the genomes, and lot many subdivisions of this database is there. I just open this KEGG pathway database. Okay, so here on the KEGG pathway database, you can see here, there is a tab called metabolism. There are other tabs as well, the genetic information processing, the environmental information processing, cellular processes, and so on. So a lot many tabs are here, but if I'm dealing with the metabolism part, so you can see there is this carbohydrate, different energy metabolisms, lipid metabolism information, amino acid, what we were talking about in my lecture earlier. Okay, so like for example, I want to just go through the glycolysis. Okay, so the detailed information with respect to glycolysis, it is there in this particular pathway database. You can go through all this, and what sort of information you can just collect from this pathway database, you can just collect it from here. Okay, what about the organism for which we are talking about this particular pathway database? Okay, so that all information you'll get here, like oxidative phosphorylation. Okay, so this is here, you can see we talked about oxidative phosphorylation in a brief manner in our previous session. So this is a detailed description of what about the different genes, and how about the different complexes, how they are working, what about the different components of different complexes, because we were talking about in a simple manner NADH complex is there, succinate dehydrogenase is there. This was the complex number 3 and 4. But what about the different components? So you can go through this database and you can deal with all sort of metabolic pathway related information. So this was OMIM. OMIM is again maintained by the NCBI. It is the online Mendelian inheritance in man. It is a database that is dealing with the Mendelian disorders. Okay, so you can deal with, if you want to get information with respect to the online, these Mendelian disorders with respect to Homo sapiens, you can deal with this particular database. This is again a database. I talked about this gene expression omnibus, where we can talk about what is the function of different genes and all sort of information you can get here. Okay. I'm just giving you an overview. Again, dealing with all these databases in detail will be difficult. We'll deal with specific databases with our coming sessions, and I'll let you know what kind of analysis we can do by using these databases. This is TIRE. This is related to Arabidopsis. All sort of information with respect to this is here. Okay, entrance we have talked a lot because we were talking about the information retrieval, the information and data retrieval basically. So integrated SS was there I talked about. So it actually will help us to get information for the nucleotide, for the protein sequences, three-dimensional structures, genomes, taxonomy. A lot of information is here. You can just go through the home page and you can just extract the information, whatever you want to just deal with. PubMed link is also there. You can go through the biomedical literature, the bibliographic information. You can get all sort of research articles or all sort of books or certain blogs that are related to this biomedical literature, and you can download it. Certain are free available and few are there which you need to just go for paid basis. Okay, so this is all about, I was talking about, just wait. Okay, so this was all about, I was just talking about how we can deal with the different databases, and my main focus was nucleotide databases, and this other section was my specialized databases. We'll deal with the protein databases in tomorrow's session. You can just message me and we can take the practicals. Okay, you can follow the practicals if you have just gone with the study of databases. If you're having any query, then you can just message me in the chat box.